newspapers, starting with the Wall Street Journal, the Boston Globe, the Boston Herald, the Washington Post, and the New York Times. We appreciate your understanding and patience through these difficult times, and we hope to return with our regular program schedule on Monday, March 30th. Again, thank you for listening to the Talking Information
that's
Center.
A week, right?
And please stay tuned.
It's a week
More
thing,
is coming your way next.
Another week, and things
This is David
right
D'Arcangelo.
Good morning, everybody.
Massachusetts Commission for the Blind. I wanted to let you know that the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind remains open for business. However, effective March 18th and until further notice,
headphones
all
for this?
MCB offices
I'm
will
not
be
gonna.
closed
How come
for
people don't wear their
in-person
headphones?
visits.
Bobby, you wear headphones?
Again, business is still being
Only if
conducted.
there's phone calls.
It is just being done virtually, either on the phone or using the computer. For more information, please contact us for services by email mcbinfo@mass.gov or call us toll-free 1-800-392-6450. For COVID-19 information, please visit mass.gov/COVID-19 or call 211 for current COVID-19 information. We're committed to serving our consumers and all the people across the Commonwealth during this operational changes related to coronavirus. Our goal is to keep you, your families, and our team members as safe and healthy as possible. Again, please call us if we can be of service to you. This is Commissioner David D'Arcangelo wishing you well. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
Hometown Talk Radio.
What happened?
It was playing. Just say it was playing. I don't know, it does that sometimes. It was playing, though.
You got the news up?
Yeah. It does that sometimes.
But it's still playing on the radio.
Yeah, I think so, yes. I think it's still playing, yes. 100% sure it is.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes. The person President Trump named to coordinate the nation's response to the coronavirus has been tested for the virus. And this morning, Vice President Mike Pence says he and his wife both saw those results come back negative. They were tested yesterday after a member of Pence's staff had been diagnosed with it. More than 300 people in the U.S. have died from the COVID-19 virus, and at least 25,000 people
Good morning,
are infected.
Scott.
According to Johns Hopkins researchers,
And good morning,
who note
Stephanie.
that many more people are likely infected, but
And good
they
morning,
simply
everybody
haven't been tested yet.
who is
The first
watching at the moment.
procedural votes on a huge economic stimulus package in response to the virus are expected in the U.S. Senate later today. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says they are still talking with Republicans about exactly what it will look like.
We're not there yet, but we're working all night, and we're making very, very good progress.
This is USA Radio News.
If you're thinking about life insurance from low-cost term to business or estate coverage, or perhaps a small policy to cover your final expenses, why spend more than you have to? Hi, I'm John David Wells from the Wells Report. Since 1986, AccuQuote has helped hundreds of thousands of folks save a fortune on their life insurance by quickly comparing the rates, features, and financial strength of dozens of top-rated life insurance products right over the phone. Want some examples? A healthy 50-year-old non-smoker can buy a $500,000 10-year level term policy for less than $45 a month. Oh, you say you're 60? No problem. Under $120 a month. 20 or 30-year terms, even permanent plans are available. Okay, so you might have some health problems, huh? Lots of us do, but the experts at AccuQuote will still work with you to find the best affordable policy. To find out how much you can save, call AccuQuote today. 877-439-8830. That's 877-439-8830. 877-439-8830. AccuQuote. Call them today.
Rates, policy forms, and availability vary by state.
The White House is responding to rumors that the federal government's about to order a nationwide coronavirus shutdown. Acting Department of Homeland Security Chief Chad Wolf tweeting that contrary to such rumors, DHS has no plan to order any such thing. His tweet saying the rumors aren't true, and he's advising everyone to not pay attention to what he calls disinformation campaigns. President Trump has retweeted Wolf's comments today. The head of the U.S. track and field team is calling for the Tokyo Olympics to be postponed because of the pandemic. The USA swim team has also called for the 2020 games to be rescheduled. Swimming and track accounted for 65 of America's 121 medals in the 2016 Olympics. The 2020 Olympics are scheduled for late July and early August. An earthquake damaging buildings in the capital of Croatia. It was a 5.3 magnitude quake just a few hours ago. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
You know, I've told you I get the best sleep of my life with my MyPillow, but I'm not the only one. Mark in Las Vegas told me the other day, we were talking on other business, he says he went to MyPillow.com, clicked on the radio listener special, and used the promo code USA. He got a great deal on a MyPillow, and he is enjoying his sleep now. You can too. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, use my promo code USA, and I promise you, you'll get the best sleep of your life, or you get your money back.
The music world is still reacting to news of the death of country and pop legend Kenny Rogers. A spokesperson for Rogers says he died peacefully at home from natural causes under the care of hospice and while surrounded by family. Rogers was 81. About a decade ago, as he was setting out on another tour, he said at a news conference,
"You're going to influence a lot of people, good and bad, with the decisions you make. So I've chosen to make as many good ones as I can."
Rogers' family is saying that for now, in the face of the coronavirus outbreak, they're just planning a small private service, but a public memorial will be held at a later date. Pope Francis is offering a prayer for families coping with the coronavirus pandemic. The Vatican says the Pope prayed yesterday for all of those who are forced to stay indoors because of it, especially those with children. Italy is the hardest hit country in Europe, with the death toll approaching 5,000. More than 50,000 people in that nation have been infected. And a new word on social media could well find its way into the common lexicon, depending on how long the virus pandemic lasts. The word is COVIDiot. It's being used with a definition that's rather simple: a stupid person who ignores social distancing, thus furthering the spread of the COVID-19 virus. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVVF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro News, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the March 22nd edition of Middleboro in Review, and I am joined by my co-host, Don.
Morning, Joe.
How are you, Don?
Not bad, not bad.
Good.
A little nippy out this morning, huh?
A little bit.
29.
A little bit. 20?
I saw 29 when I was driving down 44 this morning.
26 in both Middleboro and Taunton.
Wow.
26 this morning.
So it's still cold.
Yes,
Winter hasn't really left yet, even though the first day of spring was a couple days ago. It's not over yet.
It is cold
Yes.
out there. Yes, it is. And as you heard on the USA News, this week we lost Kenny Rogers, very famous country music singer. Many different songs and so many albums that he did. Many, many years when it comes to touring and albums as well. And that's a huge loss for the country music world.
Oh, yes. And he did that duet with Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream. That was a great, I think it was a hit. That was a great song. Coward of the County. She Believes in Me. The Gambler. All sorts of great stuff. And that's just all the stuff that's pretty much radio plays. But I'm sure anybody who was a Kenny Rogers fan knows that his library has so much wonderful music.
The Gambler, that's one of my favorite songs from Kenny Rogers.
I like Coward of the County. That's a great one. That kind of reminds me of. It doesn't really remind me of Boy Named Sue, but sort of the same context in a way. You know, the Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash, sort of Coward of the County, sort of the same kind of song per se, because of he was getting picked on all the time. Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash was the reason, because his name was Sue, and then Coward of the County. So I don't know. That's what I got from it, I guess. You know.
Yeah. So Kenny Rogers passed away this week.
At 81.
At 81.
Yes.
So we have a good show for you today. Today is March 22nd. Of course, towards the end of the program, we have our Today in Histories. And we have a lot of Today in Histories as well to talk about today. And actually, we might do it throughout the show.
I think
we'll do it throughout the show because there is a lot of Massachusetts history in today's history. Today's day in history. So there is a lot to get to.
And I think people have been looking for something else to listen to because people have been glued to their TVs and we're not going to tell you, I don't think you have to tell people what they already know about the situation with the coronavirus and everything. But I think we should definitely talk about it. It's the 500-pound elephant in the room.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
What I would say is this. I work for an oil company. I drive. And my employer, my boss, is smart. He's brilliant because now doesn't even want us in the office. He says, get your work and leave. No hanging around, no shooting the breeze, just go. I'm making it a point not to make contact with the other drivers. We have 4 drivers, so 4 would be me, and 3 others. Or either the other service techs. If I see them, I'm going to yell, because we don't want any of our drivers getting sick, because who's going to deliver the oil? People got to think about that. If you work in a small shop and it's very necessary, especially in the heating season is at least another month. It goes year round if you have hot water with your heating system. But as far as the heat, it's 28 degrees this morning, or 26, you said.
Yeah.
So it's important to. I know it's eerie and it's kind of weird not to talk to somebody you've been talking to for years and years and years, walk up, have coffee with them, but right now, we're keeping our distance.
Yes.
We need all our drivers. Same with, I wouldn't walk up to even a truck driver. You know what I mean? The only thing I would say too, as far as truck drivers, I can't really stop and get a coffee. I can't go through the drive-through with my oil truck. Okay, I know there are some lobbies open, so I know where they are, and I know where the sub shops are and stuff like that to go. But there's some places where truck drivers can't get nothing to eat because they can't walk up to the drive-thru. I guess it's against policy. If any restaurants listening, anybody owns McDonald's, Burger King, or any of those fast food restaurants, you gotta keep that in mind. You gotta feed these guys. Or if you're somebody who's driving around and you see a truck driver, ask him from a distance. Hey, look, yell across the park. Are you hungry? You want something to eat? I'll drive around and get you something to eat. Okay? And buy it for them too, because they're out delivering the food. They're delivering the medicine. They're delivering the heating oil, the gasoline. The people coming to work who are doing the drive-thrus. All the companies, people getting out and going to work. You need to think about those people because they're keeping everything going. Everything. So that's something I just want to run by. But if you do see that, you see a truck driver, think about him because I don't eat during the day. I have one place I can stop. That's it. But I only have one coffee now because there's no bathrooms up there anymore. I mean, there's a few, but there's not many. So people got to realize that. Everything's getting closed down as we speak, as this crisis continues. But I think just keep that in mind and just be patient with the truck that's behind you. Because they're delivering food, they're delivering medicine, they're out there working. And such the demand with the food, because all the food was taken last couple of weekends, they're working double time and they're tired. So just keep that in mind because people are all making sacrifices, and your patience and just being grateful goes a long way, in my opinion.
So what I would say about the coronavirus right now is social distancing is very important, and I would definitely listen to government officials and also state officials in your state when it comes to coronavirus and what they're saying about coronavirus. I've seen on TV that there are people that are not social distancing, especially down in Georgia and Florida. And I know that it's spring break, so there's a lot of spring break stuff.
I think they put an end to that all, didn't they?
I was watching last night that there was still people that were.
I'm surprised they haven't closed the beaches. They can order the beaches closed.
I think they have done some things. I don't know if they've closed beaches down there. I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe people are looking at dollar signs, but at the end of the day, dollar signs doesn't get the country turned back on.
No, it doesn't. And I've seen on TV that there are people not social distancing.
Right. I gotta say one other thing too. I'm really impressed with Governor Andrew Cuomo. I've been watching I'm impressed with everybody is shining, in my opinion. After all the bickering that goes on with American politics and all the pettiness and whatnot, everyone's stepping up to the plate. Everyone, even people I didn't vote for, are stepping up to the plate. They're doing their job. But I have to say that Governor Andrew Cuomo is knocking it out of the park, in my opinion. He has these press briefings every day. And he just, I don't know, the way he talks is, I don't know, I feel comfortable the way he talks. The way his his press briefs go. How he explains how everything's going. The matter-of-fact truth of what's going on. I'm very impressed. Out of all the governors, and I've watched a few of them, I always go back to him. Because, he deals with the biggest city in the United States, New York City. New York State, it's not the most populous, California is, but New York is one of the most important cities in the United States. New York City, in New York State, pretty much. And I am very, very impressed with the way he's running. I'm impressed with everybody, but mostly Governor Andrew Cuomo. I really think it different of him now, big time. He's a leader, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and there's definitely governors out there that are doing a lot of good things.
Oh yeah,
a lot of good things.
Even our governor.
Yes.
Even Charlie Baker, he's doing great. He's smart. They're all smart. They know their states, and I think letting the states deal with this is smart, in my opinion. And I'm kind of glad the federal government come in and shut everything down. And you can't just shut everything down. You have to, I don't know, some sort of tax base needs to be generated. You just can't shut the whole country down. I mean, it's to be determined. We'll see what next week brings and see how. But it's just buying ourselves some time. That's what it looks like to me. A couple weeks. Sounds like 2 or 3 weeks. We don't know. We're just guessing. We're just a little show on a little AM station in Taunton, Massachusetts.
AM 1530, AM, FM 99.7.
And we're Middleboro in Review.
Middleboro in Review on WVBF.
With your host, Joey Driscoll.
And your co-host, Don.
You gotta laugh. You have to. You can't laugh at what's going on because there's a lot of people out of work. But help your neighbor. If your neighbor's a bartender or a waitress or in the food industry, I have a friend of mine who works for a hotel. He's just laid off. So and he has a family. He has a house payment. He's car payments. I'm sure he's worried. But we all got to look out for each other. I'm grateful to be working. So, because I'm in that business of delivering home heating oil. I need it. I have to be out there. So, just help your neighbor. That's all you can do, in my opinion.
So we're going to take a break. If you want to listen to us, again, it's 99.7 FM, 1530 AM. We're on TuneIn. Search Hometown Talk Radio. And we're also on Audio Now. 605-562-7958. We will be right back after these commercial breaks. All right. Sports segment next.
Yeah, talk about Brady.
Talk about Brady.
Mention the only person going to knock the coronavirus off his axis for the headline.
Yeah. At least around here. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
I wasn't long-winded, was I?
No, you were good. You were good.
Thanks, boss.
No problem.
The virus that causes coronavirus disease is spreading in some of our communities.
Is that
this
the
disease,
log?
Yeah, it's
also
on
known
the
as
log.
COVID-19,
Yeah, that's
is
gotta be.
thought to spread mainly from person to person through respiratory droplets produced when an infected
Times are
person
going to get
coughs
tougher.
or sneezes.
We have to look out for
Take
each other.
steps to lower your risk
that?
of getting
That's
sick.
from Scott.
Here are some things you
Times
should
are
do.
going to get tougher.
Wash your hands
We
often
have to
with
look out
soap
for
and
each
water
other.
for at least 20 seconds.
Yep.
You can also use hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol. Take extra measures to put distance between yourself and others. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Stay home if you're sick, except to get medical care. If you have severe symptoms, please call 911. Cover coughs and sneezes with a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Only wear a face mask if you're sick and around other people, or if you need to take care of someone who is sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces. Older adults and people who have severe chronic medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes are at higher risk for more serious illness from COVID-19. This group should consult with their healthcare provider about additional steps to stay protected. For more information on COVID-19, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19.
The 2020 census is here, and Palcus wants to remind every Portuguese American to fill in the census form so that you are counted as Portuguese in the
PSAs are
2020
there?
census. By law,
I'm gonna play
everyone living
4,
in the United States is
technically.
counted every
PSAs?
10 years. This
Well,
determines
that's
the
what we
money
gotta
that
play.
communities
Well,
receive and
Combat
the
Veterans
seats in
Motorcycle
Congress
Association, that's a
for the next
PSA.
10 years.
I
Be
can't.
sure to write Portuguese or
That's probably
whatever
on
your
hold.
ethnic origin is.
I haven't heard anything from
Yeah,
that.
it's on hold.
Question for each person
that.
living in your household.
Just can it.
Only
Just
one
can it.
that
It's on
be
hold.
counted as Portuguese
You know what I mean?
to help
I haven't
Portuguese
heard from
language
anyone
classes
saying it was.
in
Yeah, but that's too
schools,
many
health
commercials.
studies, and to
You have to.
communicate with
That
elected officials.
last
Starting on March
PSA
12th,
took up so much time. I can't. I really would.
I can't, it's on my log. I can't, it's on my log. I have it on my log. It's always on my log. It's always been on my log. I have to. Everything is on my log. I
But
have
that's
to
new
play.
though. That Chris put on it.
Yeah,
COVID-19.
yeah.
It's on your log.
I don't think, everything's on my log and I have to play. I'm gonna play.
What's up, everybody? My name is Dozer. I'm the Public Relations Officer for the local Combat Veteran Motorcycle
Is it the new one?
Association Chapter
Yes.
2-2.
It's a new one.
I'm here to inform you of a ride that you don't want to miss. May 30th, Middleboro VFW, our second
May
annual
30th, so.
Ride for
Did
I
he send
gonna-
Did he send that to you?
and
Yeah, he
support
said that to me,
Habitat
like, last
Humanity of Greater
And I
Contact for
told
Humanity
Chris
is a non-profit
I'm gonna put it on the-
organization that helps
put it on the-
families
Do you have the regular commercials on there too?
places to
Regular commercials, yeah, I have it.
kicks off at
On the
10
log?
a.m.
No, not on the
Stands
log.
up at noon. To learn more,
It's not,
you can
it's,
find us on
it got
Facebook
replaced with
at
this.
CVMA
You're not gonna play the regular commercial?
-2.
I gotta send the regular commercial to Chris and he'll put it back on.
Are you gonna play the regular commercial, right?
The regular commercial's not on there. It's this right now. He replaced it with this commercial.
What about
For now, I gotta.
Oh, I'm talking about Spark Street Auto and all that
Oh,
stuff.
Spark Street Auto, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, we're playing that.
Spark Street Auto Body.
Yeah, you don't have to play
located
mine.
at
Play
48
Tom's
Spark
and call it
Street
a
in
day.
Brockton, Massachusetts.
Okay,
Offers
Unless
the
you wanna
highest
play
quality collision repair and complete auto
I'll play
service for your car.
next commercial.
They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
5 pounds. Yeah.
TJ Driscoll Construction is based in Wareham, Massachusetts, serving the South Shore area and Cape Cod for 30 years. They specialize in septic repair and landscaping. Call TJ Driscoll Construction at 508-735-7966. Septic repair, new septic systems, retaining walls, foundations, and excavation. Lawn installations, tree and shrub installations. TJ Driscoll Construction. Again, the number is 508-735-7966. Call them today. You will not be disappointed.
And welcome back to Middleboro in review for March 22nd, 2020. So, we have a sports segment now to get to, and we have a big week in sports. Tom Brady.
That's funny. You said we have a big week in sports and there was no sports played. Figure that one out.
Yep. Yep, there's still quite a bit going on in sports when it comes to NFL free agency. NFL free agency was this week, and it's still ongoing. There's still some players who have yet to sign with teams. But Tom Brady, he's signed with Tampa Bay. He is no longer a member of the New England Patriots. He shared an Instagram post and also a Twitter post believe it was Tuesday, saying that he would not be signing or re-signing with the Patriots, and he would be playing football elsewhere. And on Wednesday, it was announced that he would be signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is a 2-year deal, which was finalized on Friday. It's a 2-year deal worth $50 million.
50 or 30?
50.
50?
50. 50. $50 million with $9 million in incentives. So, incentives meaning if he hits a certain level when it comes to playing. Like
meaning a championship or something, right?
Not particularly a championship per se, but stats. Like if he's top 5 in passing yards, he gets the incentive.
Yeah.
So $50 million of money plus the $9 million in incentives, that's close to $60 million. That's about $30 million a year.
I think the quarterback's success, a lot of it, is the defense to protect them. And it didn't seem like the Patriots did that last time around, did they?
The Patriots have a great defense.
But did they?
But the offensive line.
I've never seen
that
Tom
was
Brady
the problem.
Get so sacked so many times this year. Am I wrong?
The offensive line was a problem last year. Yes. The team chemistry was a problem as well, and there's just a lot of problems that happened last year that may have led to this.
Well, things don't gel forever, Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 20 years he was here. 20 years. So he's definitely earned the right to go and play for another team. He has earned that right.
Sure.
He's
I'm
definitely
sure
earned that
everyone's heartbroken. I'm reading Facebook. I have some Facebook friends that a little bitter. I just read. I don't post back. I don't know. I never post that. I never really post too much about sports on Facebook. I just share my music and a couple funny things. That's about it. I never get political. But there are some bitter people out there right now about that. And I wish the best for him. And you know what? Bill Belichick, Coach Belichick, is going to have a new quarterback, which he's going to, have to work with. And
they still, it seems like people don't know what they're doing at the quarterback position at the moment. I think they've already figured it out. I really do. I think they've already figured it out. I think, this is my thoughts, I think they're going to go with Stidham this year.
Well, I think everyone looking at like the team, Belichick and Brady. And if a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people saying if you separate them, they're not going to be as successful, which I disagree. I think they're both going to be successful. I think Tom Brady's going to be successful down in Tampa Bay, and I think Coach Belichick is going to be successful coaching the team and dealing with a new quarterback. So I said it like back in January. I think I said it to you. I'd like to see it. I think Coach Belichick would like to have another quarterback come in and be under his tutelage, I think. I think that'd be good because, I don't know, they say, it just goes to show if they both do well, that they learned off each other, in my opinion.
I think come February 2021, I honestly think you're going to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New England Patriots.
Are you kidding me?
In the
That'd
Super Bowl.
Be something, huh? What is that?
In Super Bowl 55. And do you know where Super Bowl 55 is taking place?
In Tampa.
In Tampa.
At Buccaneer Stadium, right?
It's taking place in Tampa. Yeah.
Nice.
So, I think that would be interesting.
It's funny too because all this doom and gloom on the radio about what's going on about the coronavirus. Leave it to Tom Brady to knock that coronavirus off its ashes for a little bit. Locally, anyway, not nationally, but locally. I'm sitting there watching everything, and then it's Tom Brady, you know?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of things going on.
Yeah, so...
in the NFL.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Different teams. Jason Witten, who is a veteran, going to Las Vegas. There's several big players who are going to Las Vegas to play for the Raiders. Of course, the Las Vegas Raiders are in their first year, or going to be in their first year of play.
Coming up?
Coming up, yes.
In the fall?
Yes. Yes, coming up in the fall, they're going to be in Vegas.
That's got a good ring to it. Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes, it does. Yeah. It does. And also, Tampa is getting stronger as well. With Brady signing, there is a lot of different players that want to play in Tampa.
But you know what's funny? Half the Massachusetts population who moved down to Florida anyway. It's like Florida's a big, you know... I go down and visit my sister in Florida, my mother, and I have family down there. I can't tell how many people I bump into who live in, you know, Massachusetts. Mostly on the West Coast. Tampa, Dunedin, Clearwater. Those towns out over there. St. Pete, Sarasota. So many people from Massachusetts, from New England, live in that area. You just feel like you're home.
So,
It's awesome.
Switching gears, we're talking about the Bruins a little bit. I was reading a little bit of something this morning. Tuukka Rask is in his last year, or is going to be in his last year of his contract. He is the goalie for the Bruins. Not sure how old he is, but in the article that I read, he could be considering retirement, which would be definitely a big thing for the Bruins because they would have to find a goalie. They would have to find a new starting goalie. I mean, they have goalies that have started games and are the good goalies. I mean, they have one now. Don't remember his last name. I don't remember his name because I haven't really watched the Bruins too much, but you know, that happens. But I know Tuukka Rask is in his last year of his contract. Who is going to take over for him if he retires or doesn't sign? I don't know.
Could we see hockey in July?
Yes. Hockey, yes.
In July?
Yes. I think we will.
I mean,
Stanley Cup playoffs in July. Yes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just why would you cancel? I mean, being optimistic, and I think it should be if this lightens up and things start getting back to normal. You know, why would you cancel everything? And I'd hate to be a contract lawyer right now, because every contract on the planet is null and void because of what's going on.
Yep. I think the Stanley Cup Finals will take place in July. And honestly, I'd like to see Game 1. Well, obviously, I'm not sure when they will restart the season. But maybe they restart the season in time for the Stanley Cup Finals to be during the 4th of July weekend. Like Game 1.
Yeah,
4th of July weekend.
Every conversation's different. I mean, we had a conversation last Sunday. The conversation is so much different this weekend than it was last weekend and then 2 weekends ago. The conversation could be different next weekend. And in 3 weekends, it could be all different.
Absolutely, yes.
So that's all you can really do. And just be optimistic and have hope. And make sure you're there for your neighbors and your family. And we'll get through this. We'll be fine. We'll be maybe back to normal soon. Hopefully. No, I can't say normal. It's going to take a long time for it to get normal with everything that's been going on. But back to normal, I would say. Back hopefully soon.
So the Bruins back up goalie, his last name is Halak. So, does he take over for Tuukka Rask? Not sure. Do Boston go out and try to find a goalie to take his place if he does decide to retire? I mean, there are goalies out there who could be free agents this offseason coming up. That's something to be watching if you're a Bruins fan. If Tuukka Rask does either not sign or retires. So, yeah, that's our sports segment for the.
I thought you had something about axe throwing, Joey. You know?
Yes, well, axe throwing is actually being broadcast.
Is it really?
On ESPN. I'm not sure what day. I don't know if it's today or it was yesterday.
Is it like from last year?
I don't know. I don't think it's live. But I don't know. But
well, that's social distancing.
One thing ESPN is doing, and they're starting it tonight, is they are replaying old WrestleManias. So for the next 3 weeks, they will be replaying old WrestleManias every Sunday up until WrestleMania 36, which takes place on 2 nights, which hasn't happened in a long time. Or even happened at all. I don't think it's ever happened at all. WrestleMania 36 is going to be taking place in 2 nights. So
why are they doing that?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they wanted to have it in different locations. WrestleMania 2 was the last time that they had WrestleMania in different locations. They had like a different thing. They had different matches in different locations.
But the same night?
Same night.
Okay.
Yes. I'm 100% sure I wouldn't say I'm 100% sure. I am fairly certain that they have not had a 2-night WrestleMania. This would be huge. So, what's on the card? There's already big matches already on the card that could get threatened by travel issues. There is one champion who lives in Canada who may not be able to get to the U.S. because the U.S. and Canada, or Canada has inserted a travel ban. So, what will happen there? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I think next Sunday could be a total different conversation.
Absolutely.
So,
like we had said earlier, yes.
It's really one day at a time, and everyone just try to stay healthy, and also too, a lot of people are home now. The hustle and bustle for some people hasn't stopped. It's increased for a lot of people, especially the people who are delivering the food, and especially people who are delivering the food. That's the demand. Oil, not as much because it's been warm, but we've got to stay out there. Gasoline, not as much because there's no demand. I mean, there's some demand, but it's not much demand at all. So the tanks is pretty much staying full. Everyone who gassed up hasn't gone anywhere. They're home. But it's the food and the medication. The people who deliver the medication, and the people who work in the food industry too, who go to the food plants, go to the restaurants, and make sure everyone's fed. Everybody. But it's really the truck drivers who are delivering the food and the medicine are the ones who have all the pressure. I remember back in 2015 when we had all that snow, there was a lot of pressure on the people delivering the heating oil because you just couldn't get through. It was crazy, and it was so cold. And anybody who was in the oil business, who survived the winter of 2015, knows how bad it got, and how cold it was, and how tired everyone was. You were working 7 days a week. The governor lifted the time you could be out there because it was considered an emergency. So you have to take in consideration everyone who is delivering food right now. You also have to take consideration of the people who are working in the supermarkets. Okay, they are totally on the front lines because they can't practice social distancing because there's so many people in the supermarkets.
We have a phone call here, so I'm gonna put my headphones on and I'm gonna answer the call. Hello, you're on Middleboro in Review. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Definitely, yes.
That is a great deal. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Getting back to the people working at the supermarkets. They're on the front lines more than most people because they have the crowds. So they're more at risk to get sick than anybody. Because it's hard to practice. I mean, especially up front at the cash registers. People bagging, people running the registers. Maybe it's calmed down a little bit more as far as, because all the trucks are moving, everything's going. But try to remember those people. Try not to really get too close to them. They have to go home to their families too. They're working tough hours, and it's close. Okay, so I think the supermarkets is pretty much the last place where you cannot practice social distance to a point. You can try, but you're passing people in the aisles, especially at the checkout counter. Keep that in mind. Just keep that. If you're sick, do not go to the supermarket. Okay? Don't. It's not fair to the people because they are working tirelessly. The people at the supermarkets, the truck drivers delivering the food, okay, and the people working in the supermarkets. Okay, it's crazy working in the supermarkets. It's insane. So just keep in mind before you rush in there and you're rude to the person because there's no toilet paper or there's this or that. Remember, these people coming in, okay, and taking care of, making sure that everything's stocked, making sure everything's fine. But just around the checkout area, just keep in mind, it's tight, it's close. So I just say, just do your best as far as you can. Know what you want to grab, get it, and get out. That's just like my boss says. Grab your work and go. Okay, we'll talk to you through the window. Okay, because you can't afford to lose me. I can't afford to lose him. He can't run an oil company from his bedroom, and I can't drive a truck when I'm sick. So just keep moving. I was told, what are you gonna do not to be sick? I keep moving. I make more. I keep moving. Just keep moving. I just roll down and just That's it. I'm moving. Hands, hand sanitizers, wash my hands. Just keep moving.
Yeah. So we want to circle back to the sports a little bit. Tonight, ESPN will be airing WrestleMania 30 at 7 p.m. for people who are interested in watching. And also, on FS1, that's Fox Sports 1, there's going to be a virtual NASCAR race. NASCAR and iRacing, which is their virtual equivalent, will be holding a special event, and it will be broadcast live on television on FS1 today at 1:30 p.m. So that's our sports segment for today. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to have the Today in History.
Histories.
Today in Histories. Yes, there are many of them.
Many of them.
Many.
Yes.
And also birthdays, and also the Today in History deaths as well. We will be right back. So for the people who couldn't hear on the
Liberty Grill.
So for the people who couldn't hear on the call, we're going to try to, going forward, fix that.
The virus that causes coronavirus disease is spreading in some of our communities.
We're going to try to
This
fix that
disease,
for future
also known as COVID-19,
reference. We're going to try
to spread
fix that.
mainly from person to person.
The reason why we haven't been able to air phone calls over here, over the speaker,
steps to lower your risk
is
of
a
getting
few...
sick. Here are some things
I've
you
tried
should
it a few times.
Wash your hands often with soap
And when I do
water
that,
for at
I get
least 20
feedback,
seconds.
so
You can
that's
also
why
use hand sanitizer
I haven't
that
doing
contains
it.
At least 60%
So,
alcohol. Take
we
extra
are
measures
going
put
to
distance between
do
yourself
it.
and
What's the name of that
others.
restaurant, he said?
Avoid
Liberty
close contact with
Union,
people who are sick.
Liberty and Union Ale House.
Stay home if you're sick.
Liberty Union?
Accept
Liberty
medical
Union, yeah.
care. If you have severe
So
symptoms,
for the future, we're gonna have that.
cover
We're gonna
coughs
fix
and
that
sneezes
problem
with a
so
tissue
people can hear
on the
the
inside of your
callers
elbow. Only wear a
live
face mask if you're sick
from
and
the
around
Facebook.
other people, or if you need to take care of someone who is sick. Clean and disinfect frequently touched
Liberty Union
surfaces.
Ale House, Taunton.
Older adults and people who have severe chronic medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes are at higher risk for more serious illness from COVID-19. This group should consult with their healthcare provider about additional steps to stay protected. For more information on
You gonna mention that on the way
COVID-19,
out?
please
What?
visit cdc.gov/COVID-19.
Spark Street Auto Body,
Chris
located at
watches it, right?
48 Spark Street in Brockton,
So,
Massachusetts, offers the highest quality
Some are wondering why we couldn't air the phone call over Facebook. Because I tried it once, and when we tried it, we got feedback. We got feedback over the speaker.
Who asked you?
Scott.
On Fridays.
Tell them we're working on it.
Yes, I've already addressed it.
So we're
So
gonna be filming. We're gonna be filming everything.
we're going to work on it, and we're going to we're gonna have it for next time a caller calls in. We're gonna fix that issue.
Chapter 2-2. I'm here to inform you of a ride that you don't want to miss. May 30th, Middleboro.
I gotta keep in contact with them
Annual
about this
Ride
event.
for Homes.
Yeah, we'll
motorcycle
see what
ride
happens.
in
We're all gonna
support
be
of
dead.
Habitat for Humanity of Greater Plymouth.
Really?
Habitat for Humanity is a non-profit organization
That's-
that helps
no.
families
No,
live
we got
in
things to do.
places
We'll be
to
fine.
Hey, I want to go to
Registration
Detroit
kicks off
in
at 10
November
a.m. with kickstands
Okay.
up at noon.
It's fine.
for
You can find us on Facebook at
I want to go.
Edmund Fitzgerald.
or check out
Yeah, I
our
want to go to the
website
cathedral.
at cvma.
No, I don't have to go in November. We can go in summer.
If you're a veteran
We should go to
interested in
Martha's
attending
Vineyard in
a
July.
CVMA meeting,
I ain't going anywhere near the
the
vineyard.
VFW
Wow, what's in the
Middleborough,
vineyard?
the second Thursday of the month at
Gordon
7
Lightfoot.
p.m. So come on now.
No.
Okay.
Hurry up.
I should play this because he's coming back this week. I think. He's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Hope you
I
can join me
haven't
every
heard
Sunday
anything.
from noon
Do you
to
play
2 o'clock
Tom's
here at
video?
WBBM.
I have.
The
So I'm
sounds
gonna
of
play
the
you.
Emerald Isle.
I'm gonna play you
Great
next.
Irish
Yeah,
music, some
Yeah.
folk,
Make sure you
traditional,
play Tom.
country,
He's the
and
business.
contemporary, and sometimes some live
You always
service
play
in the
Splash Street?
studio.
Yes.
And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WBBM.
What's the call line number? I might want to call sometime to harass your co-host.
Oh, that's Scott.
508-822-1106.
DK Driscoll Rural Services is a company to call to get any cleanup
That's
you
when we
may
still
need
love
to
the
do
co-host.
around your house done.
What?
any
That's
time
when we
of
still
year.
love the
You can
co-host.
call
Do you
them
still love-
my co-host?
Do you still love my co-host?
725-2334. They remove construction debris, metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances, paints, and much, much more. Like concrete, brick, asphalt,
Say, where's my book for? Say that.
brush,
I think he can hear you anyway.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he
Okay.
can hear you.
Where's my book
attics,
for?
garages, houses, and property in general.
He said that to me about 25 years, 30 years ago. I remember that.
725-2334. Call them today.
I had a
You will not
history
be
book. I wouldn't get back to him.
in DK Driscoll Rural
So the number is 508-822-1106.
The 2020 census is here, and
That's the last one?
wants to remind
Yes.
every Portuguese American to fill in the census form so that you are accounted as Portuguese in the 2020 census. By law, everyone living in the United States is counted every 10 years. This determines the money that communities receive and the number of seats
Bill's
in
in,
Congress for each
PA.
state for the next
Is
10
he?
years.
Yeah.
Be sure to write Portuguese.
He just got these
to
17-hour day
whatever
yesterday.
ethnic
I guess
origin
it's
is.
probably
It'll
hotels
raise
or
an
nothing.
origin question for each person
Wow.
living in your
Yeah, he
household.
went from South Carolina to
The
the
only way you'll be
PA.
counted as Portuguese to help
Wow, that's a lot
Portuguese
for him.
language
He's never done
classes
17
in
hours.
public schools, health studies, and to communicate with elected officials.
He usually does
Starting
8
on March
hours.
12th, you
He's
can
done
answer
by
online, by mail, or toll
Right.
free by
Wasn't
phone
finding
at
any hotels that are open.
844-330-2020. Your answers are given to no one, and they're private and secure. Make Portuguese count in the 2020 census.
How long is he going to be there for?
Answer online, by mail, or
probably got
toll
hold
free
up
by
till it
phone.
blows over.
Really?
844-330-2020.
He said there's nothing going on in Florida.
Yeah. There is nothing going on in Florida. That's right.
It's hot too, he said.
It is spring. Alright. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back here on Middleboro in review for March 22nd, 2020. So, we have the Today in History to talk about now.
That's my favorite part of the show. You know that?
It's my favorite part of the show as well. So, we have several. We have a lot to get to. So the first one we have...
4 minutes of...
Yeah, this might take 4 minutes. 1621. The Pilgrims of Plymouth County signed a peace treaty with Massasoit of the Wampanoags. 1630. The Massachusetts Bay Colony outlaws the possession of cards, dice, and gaming tables. 1638. Anne Hutchinson is expelled from Massachusetts Bay Colony for religious dissent. 1765. The British Parliament passes the Stamp Act that introduces a tax to be levied directly on its American colonies. 1871. In North Carolina, William Woods Holden becomes the first governor of a U.S. state to be removed from office by impeachment. That's what I meant. In 1894, the first playoff game for the Stanley Cup starts.
What year was that?
What? The Stanley Cup? 1894.
1894?
1894.
Stanley Cup? You mean for hockey?
Stanley Cup, yes.
I thought hockey didn't start till 1924.
Stanley Cup was way before.
Oh, really?
NHL.
Oh, tells you what I know, huh?
All right, we have one birthday. born on this day. He is 72.
Today?
He's 72 today. Wolf Blitzer.
Oh.
Yes, American journalist, works for CNN.
Yeah.
Has his own show on CNN. He's had his own show.
He's always
on
been
CNN
the most
for
respected.
many years.
I think he's always been the most respected journalism out of CNN, in my opinion, over the years. He's always been, as far as CNN's concerned, I think Wolf Blitzer always been like the flagship, in my opinion. As far as I don't know, he's always had the primetime shows, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
He's also been there for many years, and he's covered a lot of different events that has happened in history.
Well, happy birthday, Wolf.
Happy birthday, Wolf Blitzer. 2001, we're getting into the deaths for today. 2001, William Hanna, American animator, director, producer, and voice actor.
Hanna-Barbera?
William Hanna.
Yeah, he
co-founded Hanna-Barbera.
Right, that's Flintstones. That's Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
What else was he?
The Jetsons?
Jetsons, yes. Yes.
What else?
Top Cat, maybe? Not Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is something else, but I think
Tom and Jerry, I believe, was Cartoon Network.
No, Cartoon Network. No,
they weren't.
No, Cartoon Network was something that came up as a network.
Okay.
But no, Tom and Jerry was early. It was the 40s.
Okay.
We should look into that. You know what? Why don't we figure that out?
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out
we'll
because I don't know about Tom and Jerry.
We'll give everyone the whole skinny on all the cartoons and who's who. But I know there's.
I'm sure that
there's
it's
Looney
been
Tunes,
on several.
There's
things.
Looney Tunes. It's different, which is
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny. That's Looney Tunes, and then Hanna-Barbera would be, I think Scooby-Doo, and other and Flintstones. But okay.
And in 2005, Rod Price, English guitarist and songwriter. So that will do it for today's program. We've run out of time.
Everyone be safe. Keep an eye on a neighbor. Help our neighbor. It's just these are times we all have to stick together, and we all have to get through this together, like everyone's saying. So have a good week and be safe, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Are we over a minute?
About a minute, yeah. That's fine.
You gonna do a 3-minute news or
no, I'm gonna just keep going. Gonna keep going as scheduled.
Broadcasting live from the Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios at 14
I'm glad
Church
Chris
Green.
calls every
We
week.
are AM 1530
Yeah, me too.
WVBF.
Makes the show.
Middleboro,
I'm happy.
And
You
W250
should have him on the show.
DP,
If he ever wants to come on the show.
Yeah, I'd love to have him.
99.7 FM, Hometown Talk Radio.
That's good. A little boost for the businesses too. That helps. How many views you get?
I don't know. I haven't ended it yet.
USA Radio News.
Okay, so yeah, that'll do it for today's show, everybody. And we will work on getting the phone calls when people call in to be heard over Facebook, because I know people would like to hear them over Facebook, and we will be working on that for next week's show. So that'll do it for today's show. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we will see you next week.